Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, whenever and wherever you. And welcome back to the Beta Plan, playing Planescape Torment. And we are gathered here to witness the churns of the bonies. Give not into evil the temptation to do evil. This existence is a gift for us. Let us not be ruled by our old passions. Yes, indeed. Keep the peace of the Silent King in your spirit. He is well pleased with you. Be not deceived by the false memories of life. We have cast off the skin of life that bound us. For the first time, we are free. We are free to make mistakes. We are free not to make mistakes. Our lives now have as great a meaning as they ever did. Give not into the temptation to do evil. It is a mantra. Yes, not all undead or evil meanies. But actually, off camera, I leveled myself, and I noticed that actually when I level myself as strength now, I actually get the, increment strength. So I think I actually need to be a fighter for one level up when I get my specialization.
What is your will?
Oh, and therefore, I'm unfortunately going to have
What is your will?
well, level a bit, unfortunately, in something I had not expected to do. We drop a few things in our backpack, and that is a bit unfortunate because, well, our armor class just dropped, or actually increased like a nutcase. Not something we actually wanted, but something that is happening. Unfortunate, but I do want that 19 strength because it is such a big boon you can get. It is such a big boon, and should not be underestimated how much of an impact that can be.
Alright.
So for a moment we're going to be a very tough fighter without actually having the armor class of a mage right now, because we already bought items all the way towards mage, and mage actually is easier to get a lower armor class than fighter in this game. Who would have funked it? Well, the riddling schedule, the puzzle skeleton, and I'm sure the riddling is somewhere here. But yeah, regardless of what they are here. The skeleton merchant is here, and there's a riddling skeleton. Yeah, they're all here. But for now, we're going to leave the detonations behind us. We don't need it right now, and of course, we still want to fight at a certain point. Many as one, all those cranium rats. They will give us, well, a nice big money bonus, I hope, at least the cranium rat tails, for instance, as well as our goodies. But we also had a lot of things to do outside of the detonations, and I think it's time for those. Oh, they have repopulated the area. But we wanted you. Have you found the flask of which I spoke? Yes, we have. A note of eagerness creeps into Goliath's dead voice. You have it. Pour some of its waters across my lips, and I shall tell you what I promised to tell you. Of course we're going to do so. The clear water from the flask trickles across the stone lips, diluting the filthy flow that spews from the holes. As you watch, the ditch water slowly dissipates entirely, the dirty taint of it replaced by clear fresh water. Goliath groans in ecstasy. After a moment he says, do you wish your answer now or later? Oh, why would I wait? Give it to me now. Seek out the woman called Namel. She resides in the clerk ward in Upper Sigil. I know not where exactly. Best of luck in your quest, immortal. The voice seems to fade as it speaks to you.
Updated my journal.
Thanks, Goliath, and farewell. Woo! Right in! Yeah, well, that is your own fault, Nakon. You should hit and not roll a 1. Totally your fault. There you go. Well, now that we can speak with Dad, we also want to talk to Grizz, because Grizz, well, he had, how shall I call it? He, kind of knew something or another that, well, he had taken a poison charm with him, and nobody knows where he left it. This is the corpse of a man with a surprised look on his beak-nosed face. It's hard to tell how he died, whether from the numerous horrific slashing wounds across the abdomen and throat, or from the blood loss incurred when his right arm was nearly severed from his shoulder. And we couldn't talk to him before, but now that we have talked to Still Mary and we have stories Bone Still, he all of a sudden talks. As the corpse replies to you, its voice rattles in its throat. No beast must run. Why do I feel so numb? Am I drunk? Can't feel me hands, me legs. What? Last thing I remember is being pushed in here. The boy being slashed by some big piking thing. What are you talking about? Who in the nine hells are you? Show yourself. By the hairy arse of the pan himself. I'm dead, ain't I? I'm afraid so. Can you answer some questions? Always knew it would come down to this. Tell me, Cutter. Am I still in the catacombs? Yes? The corpse's voice is bitter. Figures, it does. Do them a good turn and they'll do nothing for you. Right. I just want to ask some questions. The corpse lets loose a gusty sigh. What did you want to know, Burke? What happened to you anyway? We and me boys had just popped in this crypt and it was harder than picking a chastity belt, I'm telling you. After tearing and prying at the door for a little past eternity, got in here and we're looking at the opening to the main crypt when me blood starts shouting and this thing slashes me and dumps me into this crypt. Fighting it and I hear them start running in me bloods. What happened to them, eh? Where be bird loading? They make it? Or are they in the dead book? To be honest, I don't know. Well, let's hope they didn't. Filthy running pikers. I had some questions still, to be honest. So, I suppose that, you could tell me who you are? Oh, I'm Gris the Vulture. They called me that on account of being able to smell out crypts and snatch the best loot for anyone knew it was there. Spent most of my time picking up dead bodies. Why'd you ask? Quint was looking for you, Gris. He said you had something of his? Quint's charm? The corpse laughs. If that stiff thing filled, pox-ridden whole son sent you down here for that, you're in the wrong place, Burke. Things back in the buried village. Aye. Okay, but where is it? Burke, if I wasn't dead, you can bet you'll never be dragging that chant from me, but... He pauses philosophically. But, since I'm dead now, I'll tell you. It's buried in the refuse on the left side of Marta, the corpse ripper's house. You ain't the first to dig in the refuse, I hope. Oh, thanks, Chris. And farewell.
Updated my journal. Done.
Yeah, because when you're dead, you not really have any use for it. So we also never went into this place. Did we now? No, we didn't. No in the door besides, but first we're going to do this one. Oh! A Vargoyle? One? Well, we can handle a single Vargoyle. Oh.
Right.
One more Vargoyle. We can handle that. One more Vargoyle. Okay. We can handle that.
I'm gone. Done.
More Vargoyles?
What's up?
Something is telling me that every wave is going to get bigger and bigger.
Fly with the rest of your carcass.
Now that we have some distance between us... oh, that's Villiger's Eye. That's... Power us one more to then, please. And... Oh, that's my abilities. I can't select a spell. Of course, I've become a fighter again. Dang, nabbit.
Endure.
And in that case, we have but one caster. I must also say, these guys attack quickly. Well, there's still lesser Vargoyles. I'm waiting for the greater ones. Oh, yeah, more of them coming our way. Is this the interim? This is probably an interim. Sorry that I constantly pause, but I am, well, horrendously horrible by doing this in real time. Trust me, I will be clicking all the way wrongs and I will get aggravated. For no reason at all, because that's what the pause button is for. 510 copper. Oh, I thought there would be coming more our way. Actually, I remember that they all spawned at the same time, actually. Kinda surprised here.
Done.
Oh. Nothing else doesn't get from here, so it seems.
Alright.
I also think we, yeah, oh, that's where the rare rats are. Do we want to get down there already? No, I don't think so. You might just want to get back to town. So, bar. I got it straight enough. You got what Pharod's wanting, Burke? Yes. Show it to me, Burke, and I'll raise the gate, but not until... Right. Alright, come back in. Thanks. Oh, you are very kind to me, sir. Oh!
I'm gone.
They're talking about Gris. Perhaps you want to know, Bar. Gate's not locked right now, so there's no need to bother me. Okay, sorry. Thought I'd just tell you that the man you're talking about is kinda... dead.
Alright.
Here, I found your knife, buddy boy. Yes, I have it. I find me knife, perchance. Yes, it is. Here it is. Who takes the knife and holds it lovingly? Ah, you'll back me lucky knife, thanks, cutter. And you, he lectures his knife, shaking it. Don't you go running off again. He slides the blade into his sheath with a smile.
Updated my journal.
So, let's go him out on the left side of Mara's shop. Well, as said, I already knew that. It's right here. That's why I'm hovering over it immediately. But, oh, you can get that with even talking to Gris, but that is not the way of the beta plan. Of course, they're going to show you how it's done. Alright, let's talk to Quint. Yes, here it is. Very good. You pass the object to him and he caresses it, looking it over carefully for nicks and scratches. Then you part, eh? I do mine. He passes you a bag that jingles heavily with coin. We be quits now. You need anything, talk to Quint, eh? He turns away from you, wrapped in acquisition.
In knowing the teachings
well,
of
let's trade.
Zertamon, I have become stronger.
We have quite a bit of things we could actually trade with you. Because we're not going to use that. We're not going... Oh, we might use that. I don't remember if. But that is... If I can say anything more, I may be telling. And that is not very good. Bone daggers... Don't they normally go for 400? I think I already sold him some, probably. Yeah, all enchanted weapons go for 400 normally, so... There we go. I think we already sold you once a few bronze rings and thingamajiggers. Yes, they normally go for 30 if you haven't sold anything yet to them. Alright then.
Yeah?
Very good. Oh, what quest do we have left? Because we're now definitely getting a few out on the way. We have the bronze sphere. Can't do anything about the Requiem curse.
Alright.
The only thing we have is the riddle thing. I may have actually not talked to the riddling skeletons now that I see that's not there. When I reloaded because, well, the cutscene got stuck about 2 episodes ago. Oh well. Not a biggie. The main thing we're doing here is talking to Pharod because we have your bronze sphere. Ah, corpse. Pharod turns as you approach, his crutch clacking on the cobbles of the court. He licks his lips and smiles expectantly. Have you brought me what I asked for? The bronze sphere? Yes, here it is. Now that is a good amount of XP. Pharod eyes gleam as you hand him the bronze sphere. He touches it gingerly, almost reverently. He chuckles. Ah, corpse, such a gamble you were, and paid off handsomely you have. Pharod studies his reflection in the sphere and... The years have been cruel to me, I see. I did what you asked, Pharod. Now I want some answers. Pharod doesn't even look at you as you speak. His attention is swallowed by the sphere he holds. Yes, ask your questions. Pharod turns the sphere in his hands. Very important, your questions. What do you know about me? Why was I told to seek you out? Pharod studies you with a critical eye. Stay your weapons for what I'm about to say, corpse, for it could be your ears take offense. Pharod smiles wickedly. My ears no longer care, but yours are still fresh for the burning, it seems. Alright. You have my word, I'll stay my hand, Pharod. But I need to know what you know. This I vow and swear by the plains. The truth, Pharod stones softly, as if cajoling. The truth was stretched a bit from my mind to my tongue when we first spoke, corpse. In all terrible honesty, I know little about you. He raises a withered finger. Yep, hear me out. Yes. You're a cutter who plays at being dead, as I see. Pharod squints at you. Some time ago you came to me, like you are now, but not. Just strolled right into Ilbin Court and said you wanted an audience with me. An audience with you? Aye, an audience. Pharod chuckles, like whispering sand. Like I was royalty. He seems amused, but there's an edge in his voice. You knew the right things to say, you did. Oh, yes. You spoke the chant like a governor, born and true, and I listened. What did I want from you? Pharod gives a smock bow, his crotch creaking, as he leans against it. Oh, Pharod, great collector king, you says. I've come before you to request a boon. A boon, says I. What can I offer a man of such obvious strength? Go on. Pharod wags his crooked finger, and you asked for a strange thing. You said, Lord Pharod, I ask for courtesy. Your collectors roam throughout the hive. If they could find my body, I want it kept safe. That is all I ask. Pharod shrugs. A simple boon. I see, and is that all you know? Before you can speak, you suddenly feel a prickling in your skull, as Pharod speaks the words and boon, and the smell of blood and fear rushes through your nostril. Pharod is hiding something. Something that happened in the past, involving you, and it scares him. The boon he granted you was no simple matter. So you granted my boon just like that? There's nothing to be gained from it for you. Why did you even agree to that, Pharod? That does not sound like you at all. Pharod falls silent for a moment. A dead man can keep no promises. And promises to a dead man are easily enough to make corpse. You're a merchant, Pharod, and not a Samaritan. There must have been another reason. Aye. Pharod suddenly peels back in fury, his skin flushing red. After you strung up a score of my blood on the hive walls to die, I had enough reason to promise you the plains themselves. And your butchering self comes to my home, my kip, to demand a boon of me. Pharod calms himself, though his face is still flushed. Aye, I agreed. Oh. I am sorry about your people, Pharod. For whatever that's worth. Pharod tisks. No matter. The body served me well enough. The dusties paid the same for the fresh debtors as for the old. Was that the only reason you agreed to my request? You knew things about me. Things only I knew. You knew I was greedy for something many years ago, and you put a name and picture to it. The blunt swear you said. I didn't think you would fetch it for me, he chuckles. Yet did you? Aye. A plain stir in a strange wings. And that's all you know? All I know? Nah. That's all I know about you, corpse. Fine. Next question. What did you take off my body after I died? I? Pharod licks his lips. Why, I took nothing, corpse. His face splits in a grin. Then I wasn't the one who found your body. Then who did? Pharod smiles widens, pulling the pasty folds of flesh back from his face like a curtain. My daughter. The rose of my eye. The sweetest of my family and the sharpest wit of them all. He licks his dry lips and sighs a mocking sadness. Such a cruel tongue on her. Your daughter? Who?
Updated my journal.
My darling girl, Anna. She found you dead as a debtor can be. In a place where most collectors wouldn't go for a mountain of coppers. Could be she plucked something off you. Could be not. He leans in, shaking his head. You have to ask her, for it's not her dad place to say. Don't lie to me, Pharod. You're a merchant and you always take a cut from your workers. What did Anna give you from my body? Ah, yes, my tribute. Pharod folds his withered hands over his crutch, almost protectively. There's no telling what was from you or not, corpse. More is like there was nothing. Pharod, my patience is at an end. If you don't hand over the stone for me, I will see to the dustmen know where to find you. Pharod is silent for a moment. He taps his fingers against his crotch, slowly. Well? Where has the decency of man gone? Pharod grumbles, shaking his hand. A courtesy I'm doing for you, corpse. Such a courtesy. Pharod parting with anything. Would be in the dead book for me if anyone heard. Wait here. Move not a yard. I shall return. I wonder where he is going. After a long while, Pharod returns, his crutch clacking against the flagstones. In his hands he holds a number of items, which he passes off to you. You will be silent on this, except the blessing that I have remembered. Few hundred couples in a scrap of paper. Great. Now, who was it that found my body again? My darling girl Anna. Anna. Alright, I'll ask her. Where's she? Where's Anna? Pharod shrugs. She's hiding in the shadows here, I expect. Listening to us trade the chant. I called for her after you went below, and to ask her if you were really in the dead book when she found you or not. He chuckles dryly, and takes a deep breath and calls it out to the darkness. Anna, stop mittering in those shadows, and come greet our guest. Wait, what? She's here?
I feel stronger.
And there is Anna. Our tiefling for this game.
Oh, what now?
But talking to little feisty Anna is for our next episode. After all, I'm sure many a person would return just to see her. And for us to increase our party's size. See what she can do. And see us level, because we just became stronger. I say I thank you for watching, and remember, great peril yields great beauty.